Hi there, it's Gillian from Van Music, and I'm here with CR Avery. This year has been very busy for you. You've toured across Canada, and you've also gone to Europe. Can you tell us what the main differences with the fans and shows are between Canada and Europe? Main differences that you kind of saw, if any.
I always just feel honored to be in a place that I probably wouldn't be if it wasn't for my job. You know, I was in Honolulu this year, and I was in Honolulu. Like,
Yeah, it can't get any better than that.
the people were unbelievable, and of course, the spoken word took on different subject matters than when I was in New York in January. But at the end of the day, you know, it was about, you know, when someone slayed it, it didn't matter if they were talking about the problems of tourism in Honolulu and how people are changing for the money to get the tourism dollar, and a kid in New York talking about how tuition is so high, and he's almost willing to rob a bank just so he can get his education. Manner of speaking. I don't know. So subject matters were different, but everywhere I went, if it was in Halifax or Toronto, or in Paris, it's just, at the end of the day, I'm from rural Ontario, and I'm just so happy that I'm allowed to go to these places. Halifax is new territory.
Yeah.
But this is the third time that I was there this year, and it's just getting better and better. I love it. They have, their subject matter.
Yeah, I've never been to Halifax. What's it like there? What's the scene like in Halifax, from what you've seen anyways?
Segregated.
Oh, yeah?
The people that I've met are fantastic, but there's a whole bunch of other people that I'd like to meet. Hoping maybe Slam maybe would get me into that other neighborhood and other communities. It's odd. It's definitely not a melting pot there.
No.
But still, there's tons of beauty. That's
Yeah, I've heard that the East Coast is very beautiful. So along with touring, and you've also been shooting exceptional videos. Two that I know of, which is Dungeon of Love and Folk Singer. So who came up with the concept of you being a figure skater? Was that something that you kind of do you skate?
George Honesty calls a lot of shots.
Yeah.
And as far as in my peek into film, also with producing. But yeah, my sister was a figure skater. I just grew up with that shit.
Yeah. Had it been a while since you've been on skates?
Yes.
Not to say that you did really well. I was impressed.
Yeah.
So and also Dungeon of Love. I love that how it was based in like the early 30s in East Van. So music videos, is that what do you enjoy the process of making videos? Is it something that do you like to collaborate with people and
I do like collaborating with people. I've been collaborating with Matt Rogers for quite a few years now. First with Magic Hour Sailor Songs, he put strings to the poem The Boxer and translated 3-chord open D guitar song into a string quartet for Ballad of Charlie Parker and Patsy Cline. And then he did Kind Man of Alexander when I was doing a CBC collab with the Sojourners. And then for the last 3 years, we've been working on doing a full album with a full orchestra.
Wow.
in February, went to LA, and we recorded with the 46-piece orchestra. We did five poem/songs.
Is that something that you'd done before, or was that
No,
like...
that was brand new, and it was actually via satellite. Jesus Christ, where were those players? It's escaped me now. And now I'm working with Company B, which is a vocal group, and then the Sojourners, which is another vocal group, and now we're going to put the vocals on top of the orchestra. And
Wow,
what
that's
Shannon
amazing.
Scott has done a lot of the arrangements, or all the arrangements for the recording, and many of my live shows when I worked with her. And Maddie is doing the arrangements for the orchestra. So that's been a wonderful collaboration. And yeah, I mean, Evil's great. I mean, he's pro in everything he does.
Yeah, he's really good. He does that hockey show, and you actually you were in something, the Gretzky's The Greatest.
Yeah, I did.
Something
I gave
skit.
Already the Great One, or Already the Greatest, song I wrote for Wayne Gretzky, or about Wayne Gretzky, and the Ballad of Maurice Richard. Yeah.
Are you a hockey fan?
Same thing with my sister being a figure skater. I grew up in rural Ontario. It's part of the makeup.
Yeah. What did you think of the rioting in Vancouver last week?
I was more saddened by the death of Terry Fox's mom. And
that was kind of overshadowed by everything that was going on here in Vancouver.
you pick what you invest in. I did find it. I've heard stories about the writing on the walls, or of the wood that covered up the broken windows. But yeah, Terry Fox is very inspiring. And also, Clarence died. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, and that's the end of an era. I mean, the E Street Band, they taught the world some things. And it's the original crew, and now he's gone, so it'll never be the E Street Band again.
No.
Fucking riots.
Yeah. Okay, so on a happier note, what is in the future for CR? What do you have planned for the summer, for the rest of the year?
Well, I really do like making the videos. I like taking my friends, and like I used to do these hip hop operas, and it was just like MCs and spoken word people, and all of a sudden, like to see, Glenn Garanther as a mechanic, or T-Paul as a janitor, or Monica Lee playing a tree in a hospital in a wheelchair. Like, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like the ideal, the whole rock star thing is bullshit. The Rolling Stones were rock and roll, and that's different. Rock star is something that, rock radio and the music industry turned rock and roll into. Patti Smith stood strong and kept rock and roll alive. But with the theater thing, it really feels like that's my job in rock and roll, because it's just so unworldly and so much fun and very inspiring for people and for the people that are doing it. So I like to dig my teeth into that, but I really think that the next opera and film is really going to be based around the orchestra once that's done, because it's such a bigger scale, and I really like to bring in some ballet and some hip-hop and some modern dance into whatever it is we do with that. On the immediate front, we're going into the studio early July to do the vocals and finish up the first 5 of the orchestra. Then we got Vancouver Folk Fest and Calgary Folk Fest and Wells, and a literary festival here, and then the Victoria Folk Fest. And I'm going to be bringing, I think it's around 11-piece band to at least Vancouver and Calgary. Going to be doing the vocal thing with Company B, the rock and roll thing with my boys, and then a little bit of the string quartet stuff. with some hired guns. So that's what I got cooking.
Nice. Yeah. So busy.
And I like to just give a little thing. I finished a book on for Right Bloody Publishing called 38 Bar Blues. A few months ago it came out. And you can get it at Chapters and Amazon. And at the Folk Fest this year, instead of selling CDs and stuff, I'm going to be selling the book. And I really think people that love music and go to Folk Fest will love this book. It's called 38 Bar Blues. And Wap Bapa Lou Bapa Wham Bam Boo.
Thank you, CR. Really appreciate it.